So I'm here with Sasha inside this beautiful presentation suite. So Sasha, can you talk a little bit more about this suite and some of the features?
Oh, definitely. The suite that we're currently in right now is a 2-bedroom. Within all our bedrooms, everything is standardized, and for that matter, all our units are actually standardized with all the exact same features. So what a lot of approaches will happen is they'll have a smaller set of appliances, or say a smaller package for certain units, whereas we thought, we want everybody to be standardized. Everybody's going to have the exact same quality of finishings. So we went forth with doing the exact same appliance packages, same style countertops, which are from a man-made quartzite, granite backsplashes in some of the washrooms and countertops, along with marble backsplashes as well too. So throughout the entire units, you're finding luxury left, right, and center. We didn't want to compromise, especially with this being the neighborhood that it's in. These units consist of 2 different schemes, a light scheme and a darker scheme. And we really wanted to make sure that we didn't go over the top of doing something that was a little bit too, let's say, fashion forward, or a bit too ahead of its time, because we wanted to make sure this is a classic product for a very classy area as well too. So that's why we wanted to make sure that what we were doing with this, keep it classy so that people are going to be happier for many years to come as well too.
That's great, and I understand that there are some environmental features within the units too. Can you talk us through those?
Definitely. The one thing that was a major component that the city wanted us to do was have this be a LEED standard building. So it's not an LEED equivalent. So a lot of the things you see marketed today is that they're LEED equivalent, meaning that they'll have things that could potentially be LEED, but they're not actually gaining any points, and they're not a LEED certified building, which Empire is going to be, and that's at a gold level as well too. The only one that's higher achievable than that, it would be platinum, and there's a very select few that have that designation, so we're very proud to say that we have a LEED gold building. Within that as well too, it has a geothermal heating system as well too. Each unit does have air conditioning as well too, which is something that you don't see offered in too many Vancouver developments, let alone any development for that matter, especially in this type of marketplace. So that's something that we definitely boast that the competition doesn't have within here as well too. So within that, I think a lot of the LEED standard equivalencies, or that we have being able to achieve to become certified, even comes with the glass. Lots of arrangement of glass windows, large, sweeping corridors that allow a lot of light in as well too, which is great. So these are major factors, along with reusing some of actually the materials that we had on the site as well too. Even on the houses that were previously demolished all had beautiful, masonry granite walls, and we've actually taken those aside and recycled them, which we're going to be using into our project. So it's actually kind of cool that we had something there before that we could contribute to this project. So we're really not just creating more waste, we're actually using what we had and recycling it back into our project, which I think is excellent, especially for such a green city.
Yeah, that's very cool. And I understand that within the 3 buildings, you've got more than 50 different floor plans, you've got townhouses. Can you talk us through the sort of range of floor plans and the price points that go with those?
Well, I think with the building that we did build, in the midst of building, the city really wanted us to see something that was aesthetically pleasing from the outside. So as a developer, marketer, and as an architect for that matter of fact, it's really hard to build a building that looks great on the outside and then also has very spacious floor plans with insides that are very ergonomical and that will work really well without having any dead space. But we really tried our best, and especially with our architects that we have at Ramsey Wooden, we really pressed forward to say, hey, we want to have a great looking building with great interiors. How are we going to do this? So we went back to the drawing board, and even though we do have that many varieties, and people will say, well, I think some of them, they have so many different ones, how could they possibly all be great units? And we really strive that most of these units, though different, they vary in size and in shape, but every single one of them is livable, and that's something we're proud to be able to sell, as livable units that people are going to be happy with, because we did realize that this is going to be an end user buyer for this marketplace, given that we're on the Canby corridor here, and there's a lot of people that have been living here for generations and generations that will be looking to downsize to this project. So it's great that for people that want to move into this type of neighborhood, we have something to offer them in a 1-bedroom starting in the high 300,000s. So for that first-time home buyer, we definitely have something for them. However, we do have on the other side of kind of the ultra luxury of a townhome going for $1.4 million, which seems like a lot, but even though with the full concrete construction, these are going to be quite sought after units as well too, along with 3 bedrooms, which are relatively unheard of within the development community. A lot of the time people steer away from them, but I think we were quick to adapt to this market, realize that this is something somebody's going to want, especially coming from a 4,000, 3,000 square foot plus home within the west side, from whether it be from Shaughnessy or the Canby area. So we really were able to achieve getting so many different floor plans and really making it work for everybody.
So you've talked about the different floor plans. We know that there are lots of different property types and sizes. And it's clear that with Empire that you're marketing to attract the Asian demographic of buyer that might wish to purchase multiple properties for various generations of their family to be close to one another. So can you talk a little bit about the demographic trend behind this marketing strategy? And also, I'm really interested to know what came first, whether you were designing to attract that type of buyer from the get-go, or whether it's simply that the project, just the way it panned out, happens to attract that kind of buyer.
No, for sure. I think it's one of those things that, we do so much extensive market research and due diligence on these properties before we buy them to really make sure who are we selling to, and is there that demographic is going to be viable for us to get to, and will they buy this project? That being said, we would always like to kind of take the credit and say, oh, most definitely we did think about this. But I think being able that we have an incredibly talented and strong in-house team, we were very quickly able to adapt to the fact that we saw that, okay, who was our purchase going to be? It was definitely a Chinese community that was a strong backer of this project, given this neighborhood as well too, great schools, great amenities. We knew that they were definitely going to be one of the stronger buyers within this project. So we thought to ourselves, well, what can we offer to them that's going to be very appealing to them on a marketing sense? And we definitely looked at what our interiors were going to look like and all that, so to speak, to make sure that what we were selling to them was something that they would want to buy. And we definitely had focus groups, making sure that this is something we did right. Did a lot of polls as well too, to make sure that this is something that the demographic wanted to buy. But I think to go back to your initial question of did we really build this with the foresight of having this multi-generational, so to speak, buyer buying within this project? I think we, like I said before, adapt very quickly to it. So once we saw that, we had purchasers coming up saying to us that we love the product, but we're downsizing, we've lived in this neighborhood, we want something bigger. So given that we have a strong in-house construction team, we were able to combine some of these units together, which has been a great success for us. We were able to take 2 one-bedrooms, combine them into a 3-bedroom, creating some of these magnificent units that I think the architect was really able to help us out and redesign this building along the way, but without changing any of the exterior of the building. So we really do kind of work within almost a puzzle within our own building, be able to find all these small pockets, putting them together and combining these units. So it really worked out well in our advantage, though, to be able to see what the demographic wanted, adapt to it, and be able to deliver that product.
And have you had multiple generations of families actually buying more than one property within the project?
Oh no, definitely. I've noticed this in previous projects, but it's been it's been more prevalent, I think, in this project, given that I think that this is an end user's product. We're finding that the parents or the grandparents are coming in to purchase, and within that culture, it's definitely something to help out the children, or help out, or taking care of the elderly as well too, to buy another unit or buy a unit within another project. But I think because we gave such a variety within our project, it was something to say, well, hey, we don't have to go somewhere else to buy another unit for the family member. Why not keep everybody under almost one roof and almost one household? However, everybody having their own separate door and their own particular strata lot. So I think this worked out really well, that the buyers came in, had something for themselves, were able to invest for their children, and everybody went home a winner.
So Sasha, can you talk through your neighbouring Kits 360 project in Kitsilano, which is pretty nearby, and what lessons you might have learned from that project that you brought to Empire in terms of either the marketing, the design, the branding, or any other aspect of it?
Well, there's no market we love being in more than being in the Vancouver market itself. It's kind of where we live, work, play. So building these buildings here, it's definitely something that strikes a chord for us, and we want to be able to stay in this marketplace. I think if we wanted to take anything from Kits 360, that it being so close to us, in a similar project, being in a mid-rise and close to the same amount of stories, and there's a few more units. We did definitely have the multi-generational buy there as well too. Along with that, we had quite a few extensive different floor plans, ranging from your initial first-time home buyer, or the seasoned veteran investor, or along with the end user as well too. We also noticed that we didn't want to build an entirely exact same product, because each project is completely different. Sure. Kits, even though being close, it kind of invites this beach lifestyle, very, you know, very trendy with, you know, 4th Avenue there. A lot of great things for that. So the one things that we did kind of pull from that is definitely what Intergolf strives for, and that's quality construction and making sure that we have great customer care. And that was kind of the major thing that we thought, and those were our biggest successes with KISS 360, is that we made sure that we gave somebody a sound quality product that would be happy with at the end of the day. And then we just wanted to turn over that same principle into our other projects, and Empire kind of, you know, adopted all those same principles, and I think it's really worked out well for us.
Great. So Sasha, can you tell us what's next for Intergolf after Empire?
Definitely. You know, Empire has been a great project so far, but we always continue to look for new sites and expand and develop the Intergolf brand. That being said, Park at Metrotown will be our latest project. This project is situated adjacent to Metrotown Shopping Center in Burnaby. It's also situated on a park as well too, which is really, really neat that we kind of have the same recurring theme from Queen Elizabeth Park onto the park at Metrotown. It's right beside Bonsor Park, which is more of an athletic recreation park. So we definitely have this trend of giving the building its own great amenities, but also building our projects on certain sites that we're going to have excellent, you know, exterior amenities that are really going to complement the building and the living experience for that buyer. This project is going to be a high-rise, so substantially different in its structure from Empire, but this is something that we're seeing out there, is the densification of that neighborhood. So we're really happy to be out there. We have started doing teaser ads for this project, so you can definitely find us online, and you can also see a lot of our ads going to our social media outlets, as well too on Twitter and Facebook. But we're always continuously looking for sites throughout Vancouver, throughout the Lower Mainland, whatever we can get our hands on. It's something that we're really proud to be continuing to build the Vancouver and the Lower Mainland city skyline. So really happy to be able to achieve this and continue to build more great buildings.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Sasha, for taking the time to speak with us today.
You're welcome.